Thank you. Before we go into the precepts, I do want to ask a question on behalf of the audience here. How do each of you other teachers, Taiso said he reviews the precepts each day. How do you work with the precepts in your regular practice? And I'll turn first to you, Vikara.
I think one of the things that I found very helpful for myself is I like that these are guideposts. And if I'm feeling like I'm kind of off base or something isn't quite right or anything like that, I find it very useful to go and look at these and see if where I am particularly stuck. So then that gives me the opportunity to look deeper into that. Say, oh, what's going on? Oh, my voice was sharp. Ooh, I didn't need to do that. So it's a wonderful thing. And I love that it's not, these are recommendations and helpful hints along the path. So I value these and find them very useful.
Thank you. Shokan Roshi, how about you? How does the precepts work into your regular practice?
I look at them as something I've contracted with myself to do. It's a covenanting process. I have a set of agreements in terms of how I prefer to engage both myself and others. And if I can pay attention to that and look for places where I've deviated from it, I have a better chance of managing the impact or consequence, right? Everything has consequence for it, for its actions. And these are helpful guidelines for me to be able to adjust consequences of my behavior. They get reviewed and discussed regularly within the Sangha. So we kind of touch on them on a weekly basis.
Thank you. How about you, Umi?
Yep, very similar. It's kind of like I'm an ox trundling along, and the precepts are like the ox goad, kind of keeping me on the path. And so every time I get a big ouch, it's usually one of these poking me, which are places where I've committed to show up a certain way and failed to. And then, that just provides a huge amount of support and guidance, because it's like, generally speaking, everywhere that's causing me pain in my life fits somewhere in the concepts presented in these commitments. And so each time I'm experiencing that emotional pain or turbulence in my life, it's a place where I've gone outside the lines. And as then in supporting other people, I find that to be equally true. So, wow, this thing's going really sideways for me in my life. I'm having a hard time with it. Well, almost always there's a place or two or three or four where we can just kind of be like, okay, well, this is the fence that we're running into. And are we going to listen to the pain that's in that situation, listen to the pain in that karma and correct course? Or are we just going to keep getting tangled up and prodded? We get to make the choice. So.
And if I could follow this up just quickly. So the wonderful, each of us with a kind of a common thread in this understanding. And Jumpo pointed out to us a way to understand this, and that is, I summarize this as inquiry, but it's Rumi's poem, which goes like this: come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is not a caravan of despair. Even if you've broken your vow 1,000 times, come, still come, and yet again come.